From the bizarre clips of alien-like creatures washed up on shore, to heart-stopping footage of skinwalkers disguised as mountain goats in the mountains, and even footage of real-life versions of the big worm monsters from the movie Dune.
Look at that dude!
If you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we explore each mysterious capture. On June 8th, 2018, Danny and his wife were on a hike in Moirwood National Park when they stumbled upon something truly surreal and bizarre.
Did you hear that?
What was it?
The video, captured by Danny's wife, initially starts off innocently enough, with her admiring the scenic beauty of the woods. But then, as she pans the camera towards Danny, his reaction to a strange noise caught their attention. At first, they brushed it off as just another one of nature's random sounds. However, upon reviewing the footage later at home, they made a spine-chilling discovery. At the exact moment Danny heard the noise, a strange figure appeared to be peeking out from behind a tree. Slowing down the video and pausing on the frame, we are met with the sight of a hefty dark figure, seemingly humanoid in shape. Now, while some might argue it could be a bear, it's important to note that this area of California isn't particularly known for its bear population. So what could this mysterious creature be? Could it possibly be a real sighting of the legendary Bigfoot? It sure seems like it. Nature sure knows how to surprise us with some bizarre stuff, especially when it comes from the depths of the ocean, just like in this video. What you just witnessed was discovered, washed up on a beach, by an unsuspecting beachgoer. In the footage he captured, this thing looks straight out of a science fiction movie, resembling some weird alien creature. It's got a crab-like body shape, but its lower half is downright odd. With a long coiled tail, the guy in the video even attempts to touch it to check if it's alive, but no response. So, he bravely picks it up, revealing a red opening on its underside, possibly the cause of its demise. But just when you thought this video couldn't get any weirder, the guy whips out his iPhone and, surprise, it's a freaking plastic cover. Talk about a plot twist. But hey, props to whoever designed it. They did one heck of a job. Ever heard about skinwalkers? They're these spooky creatures from Navajo culture, said to be witches who can shapeshift into animals. But hey, they're just myths, or are they? This video was captured by a group of friends on a mountain climbing excursion. As they scanned the landscape, one of them noticed something bizarre in the distance. At first it looks like a goat, but when they zoom in, it's not your typical mountain goat. This thing's got a weird humanoid shape, all black with long, creepy fur that's nothing like a regular goat's. It's like a human crouched down there. And when they zoom out, this creature starts booking it, disappearing behind the mountain rock. Talk about spine-chilling. Some viewers reckon it was a skinwalker trying to blend in as a goat. Now I'll have to watch my pet dog suspiciously to make sure he's not secretly a shape-shifting witch in disguise. Are you a believer in aliens like me, or more of a skeptic? Well, regardless of where you stand, this video is bound to give you the creeps. So, this clip-making rounds on Facebook captures this super odd, alien-looking creature found in the Rocky Mountains. At first glance, it's like, okay, just another lizard chilling on a rock. But when the cameraman zooms in, you see this thing's got these freaky long arms and legs. Also, its hands look downright human, with fingers and all. It's like a weird hybrid of a human and a lizard, but with more lizard vibe. The caption from its Facebook post claims it's from outer space. But personally, I'm leaning towards it being a plastic prop. I mean, it didn't even twitch in the video. But hey, if it's alive, maybe it's just some mutated lizard or reptile doing its thing. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine you're alone at home, on a video call with a friend, chatting about games. Suddenly, your friend's voice tightens. Who's behind you? That's what went down in this spine-tingling clip. This footage is from Romania, where a boy was chatting with his friend about games. Everything seemed normal until something incredibly strange appeared in the background. A bizarre figure peeked into the room from the doorway, causing the boy to turn his head in shock as he noticed it on the webcam. But just as quickly as it appeared, the figure retreated out of sight. Naturally, the boy grew suspicious and went to investigate. But that's where the video abruptly ends. It was a truly spine-chilling moment. The creature looked eerily similar to what we often depict as aliens on the internet. Perhaps this alien was just curious and decided to crash their video call for a bit of extraterrestrial fun. This clip from 2022, shot on Mountain Futago, highlights how even when you're thousands of feet above the ground, you can still find yourself face to face with nature's wildness. As you just witnessed, that was a bear attack caught on the climber's GoPro camera as he descended from Mountain Futago. Out of nowhere, a bear came charging towards him. With quick reflexes and heightened awareness, the climber fought back by delivering multiple punches and kicks to the bear's face. The bear, feeling the force of the blows, eventually backed off, only to attempt another attack moments later. This back and forth continued until the bear finally decided to retreat. It was indeed a close call, but it also underscores the importance of staying alert in such environments. Even when you're thousands of feet above ground level, wild animals can still pose a serious threat. This climber's quick thinking and readiness likely saved him from a much worse outcome. Scientists have long told us that we've only scratched the surface of what lies beneath the waves. That leaves the imagination running wild with thoughts of the fantastical creatures lurking in those uncharted depths. And guess what? This video might just provide a glimpse into that hidden world.
Ew. It's big though, look. Ugh, creepy.
The footage captures the moment when a lady stumbles upon this strange creature, which immediately grabs attention with its cartoonish appearance. Round, blobby body, and vibrant orange color, almost like something out of a cartoon. What's more intriguing is the opening on top of the creature, adding to its otherworldly vibe. The lady, understandably confused and a bit disgusted by the sight, decides to investigate further and cautiously touches the creature. Much to her surprise, the creature responds by moving and contracting its opening, indicating that it's very much alive and responsive. While it's fascinating to witness such an unusual creature, it's also a reminder of the vast mysteries that lie beneath the ocean's surface. However, it's worth noting the risks involved in interacting with unknown creatures, just like the lady did in the video, as they could potentially be aggressive or even poisonous. What in the world is going on beneath the surface of the sea? We keep seeing these mysterious creatures washing up on shore, and it's enough to make you unsettled.
What the heck is this?
She's the one that actually found it, my dog River. I saw her picking at something like with her nose, and that's what made me walk over there.
This video from Charleston, South Carolina, captures a truly bizarre sight of a mysterious creature washed up on the shore. The creature's body appeared dried up, indicating it had been dead for quite some time. But that's not even the scariest part. This thing looks like it's straight out of a nightmare, with a dragon-like body and a face that would give anyone the chills. According to the woman who recorded the video, it was about the size of a dog and emitted a strange odor. Its ribcage was exposed, resembling a strange mix of a lizard and a dragon. And those teeth, they suggest it was once a fierce predator in its prime. To me, it seems like this creature emerged from some remote island, but the internet is buzzing with wild speculations. Some say it's an alien, while others believe it's a creature straight from the depths of hell. What are your thoughts on this spine-tingling discovery? Ever feel like luck's always been on your side? Well, before you answer, watch this video and think again. This heart-pounding footage comes from a duo cruising on a trail bike through a forest. As they zoomed along, enjoying the ride, an unexpected guest made a grand entrance. A massive tiger leaping out of the forest, charging straight towards them. The tiger came dangerously close, mere inches from the riders, but thanks to the driver's lightning-fast reflexes, they managed to speed away just in the nick of time. It was a hair-raising moment. A split-second difference could have spelled disaster, but let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible footage they captured. That slow-motion shot of the tiger charging may be terrifying, but there's no denying its majestic presence. Talk about a close call. It's moments like these that make you realize just how unpredictable and thrilling nature can be. There are tons of awesome shuffle dances on the internet, but these woodcock crossing the road might just steal the show.
It is the funniest thing. They're doing like this little jive dance. Now we've got a car waiting for them to cross the road.
Wasn't that just adorable and totally fascinating? This video, captured by a family on a road trip, features a family of woodcocks patiently waiting on the roadside to make their move. When the coast finally seemed clear, they didn't just walk across like ordinary birds. Nope, they busted out some funky jive moves. It was a hilarious and heartwarming sight as they shuffled their way across the road. Turns out, both male and female woodcocks, including the little ones, have this quirky habit of shuffling as they walk, taking quick steps and bobbing their heads back and forth, like they're hitting the dance floor. But why do they do it? Well, it seems they're mimicking their behavior when they're hunting for earthworms in hard soil. So they probably thought of the road as one big dance floor to find some delicious burrows. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Langurs, known for their smarts and clever antics, meet their match when facing off against yellow-throated martens. This video straight from India captures a heart-wrenching scene in the jungle as a langur falls prey to a yellow-throated marten's vicious attack. The marten mercilessly pounces on the langur, leaving it screaming in helplessness and pain. The langur tries to escape, but the marten has a relentless grip, sinking its teeth into the langur's back. The poor langur, overwhelmed, can only hope that playing dead will make the marten let go. But no such luck. The marten is aggressive and refuses to release its grip. It's a ferocious display of nature's brutality. Yellow-throated martens are known to take down larger prey and exhibit more aggression, targeting even juvenile ungulates and musk deer. On the other hand, fishers, like this marten, aren't afraid to tackle dangerous adversaries like porcupines and lynxes. Both creatures are cunning and powerful predators, which explains why this unfortunate langur found itself at the mercy of the small yet mighty marten. Home security cameras are supposed to give us peace of mind, but when they capture footage like this, they can leave us feeling uneasy and downright spooked. This chilling video from the UK shows a home security camera trained on a house driveway. Everything seems normal with cars parked around, but then out of nowhere, something streaks across the street in a blur. It's a shadowy black figure with a humanoid shape, running in a strangely human-like manner, but it's fast and almost transparent. Viewers who've already watched this video are convinced it's a ghost, especially since similar sightings have been reported by locals in the same area. Also, the video was captioned as yet another encounter with this ghostly apparition. Now, some folks might argue that it's just computer-generated imagery trickery, or perhaps a glitch in the camera. But to me, it looks all too real. The way the figure seamlessly blends with its surroundings is just too perfect. But hey, I'm just speculating here. What do you think? Got any thoughts on this spooky footage? Ever seen those creatures from Greek mythology with multiple heads? Well, this video from India gives that a whole new twist. Except this time, it's a goat.
नॉर्मल जो है ना वो नहीं था मामला, फिर उनको बुलाया तो ये टेढ़ा हो गया था, तो वो तो पहले था हुआ था, वो तो सही निकला, ये सब डबल था ना, अटका हुआ था.
This footage comes straight from an Indian village where a truly bizarre goat was born on a farm. Instead of the usual single head, this goat had two heads joined together. The farmer in the video explained that the mommy goat had given birth to baby goats, first with a normal kid, and then with this two-headed wonder. The cameraman then pans to show the mommy goat, where we can see the contrast between the two births. One fine, the other conjoined. Throughout the video, the baby goat remains lying down, but it shows occasional movements, indicating it's still hanging on. Now, this could be a result of some kind of birth defect or genetic mutation, which often has a tough impact on the animal's quality of life. Here's hoping this little goat receives all the care and attention it needs from the farmers. This video from Jordan Creek showcases a group of friends who stumbled upon a blood-sucking alien-like fish while out fishing. And let me tell you, it's downright terrifying.
Yo, we just caught a lamprey in the Jordan Creek right now. Look at that dude.
Oh my gosh, guys.
What you just witnessed, resembling something straight out of a monster movie, was captured by a duo of friends at Jordan Creek. In the video, one friend is seen holding this strange alien-like creature in his hands, while the other records it. This thing has a long, elongated eel-like body with a funnel-like sucking face at one end. And let's talk about its mouth, that picture the cameraman took. Creepy doesn't even begin to describe it. It's lined with multiple rows of teeth, reminiscent of those giant worms from the Dune movie. But wait, don't pull out your hair in fear yet, because this creature isn't extraterrestrial. It's a known aquatic being called a lamprey. Lampreys are jawless fish characterized by their toothed, funnel-like sucking mouth. They use this unique mouth to attach to their host and suck out blood and body fluids until they're full. So, while it may not be an alien, it's definitely not something you'd want to encounter while swimming. This next clip caused quite a stir on TikTok, with folks losing their minds over what was captured. A guy enjoying his beach trip stumbled upon something truly bizarre. A tiny skeleton washed up on the shore. As he started recording, he couldn't resist picking up this skeletal marvel. What he held in his hand was like a mashup of a tiny human and a fish. It had a humanoid skull, ribcage, and long arms, but with a fish-like tail for a lower body. Also, it was tiny, like 8 or 9 inches long, barely the length of the guy's arm. Now, the speculation began. Some say it resembled a baby mermaid. You know, those mythical creatures with a mix of human and fish traits. The guy who found it claimed that beachgoers were absolutely spooked by the discovery. Whatever it was, one thing's for sure. It's probably better off staying underwater. Ready to witness a creature straight out of an animated movie? Well, this video's got just the thing for you. What you just saw wasn't generated imagery from a Pixar movie, but a real-life rodent known as the Spalax. Now, these little critters have quite the unusual build. They sport a long body with 2 prominent front teeth. But here's the strange part. They've got no eyes. Yep, you heard that right. Spalax are often called blind mole rats because, well, they're sightless rodents that spend their entire lives burrowing through poorly ventilated underground tunnels. Talk about a unique lifestyle. These guys thrive in environments where oxygen levels can plummet to 1/3 of what you'd find at the summit of Mount Everest. Also, during the rainy season in the Mediterranean, these little diggers are hard at work collecting food, finding mates, and expanding their territory, all while enduring extreme hypoxic conditions. So catching one of these guys on camera is a rare treat indeed. The unsettling footage from Sarawak has sparked curiosity and concern among netizens who are eager for answers. The footage was captured by local farmers as they stumbled upon a truly bizarre-looking creature wandering through their fields. Intrigued, they started recording, and as soon as the creature noticed them, it bolted. Now, let's talk about this creature. It's like nothing you've seen before. Imagine a weird blend of a hippo and a dog. And the way it moved, well, let's just say it seemed to be dealing with some serious birth defects. Instead of striding confidently, like most animals, it struggled to walk, almost as if it was crawling rather than using its legs properly. Now, I'm no expert, but it's clear this critter is facing some unique challenges. The big question on everyone's mind: what on earth is this creature supposed to be? If you've got any ideas, drop them in the comments below, and let's get this mystery solved. In this captivating video, a man is filming in the dense woods of the Georgia mountains. As he explores, he unexpectedly comes across a large, brown, hairy creature walking on two legs, reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot. The creature moves calmly and seemingly unaware of being filmed, navigating through the trees with a sense of purpose. The video offers a few seconds of zoomed-in footage. The resemblance to Bigfoot is striking, raising questions and excitement about the possibility of an actual sighting. In my personal opinion, seeing a video like this, especially if you often walk in the woods, can be quite unsettling. The thought of coming across a creature like Bigfoot, even if just a remote possibility, adds a sense of unease and mystery to any forest adventure. In this surveillance video, we witness a scene on a sidewalk during the late evening or night. The footage shows a man walking, with another man trailing a few meters behind. The setting is quiet, the street dimly lit. Suddenly, the man in front stops, and at that precise moment, the man behind him reaches out and touches his shoulder, prompting him to turn around. This simple act of intervention miraculously saves him from being hit by what seems to be a truck's back door, swinging open unexpectedly. What makes the video truly intriguing is what happens next. The man who did the saving disappears just as suddenly as he appeared. It's as if he had some foreknowledge of the impending danger, although there's no clear way he could have seen it coming. This video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially considering the mysterious disappearance of the man who intervened. It's as if he was there at the right moment for just the right reason, and then vanished into thin air. Do you believe in such coincidences? In this intriguing video, a woman is filming her family's shooting practice in a wooded area in the mountains. Her child and husband are aiming at bottles, creating a typical outdoor recreational scene. Above them, the distinct sound of a helicopter circling can be heard, adding a layer of curiosity to the setting.
Try!
You got it!
You gonna try the shotgun?
It's unclear what the helicopter is searching for, but its presence suggests something out of the ordinary. As the family continues their activity, the camera captures something unexpected in a snowy area a bit further from them. A large brown hairy creature is seen darting from one tree to another, seemingly trying to hide. Its appearance and movements closely resemble those commonly associated with Bigfoot. Watching this video, I can't help but feel a sense of unease, wondering about the true nature of the creature and why the helicopter was in the area. In this nighttime surveillance video, we first see the exterior of a house where a bear unexpectedly approaches, getting alarmingly close. The scene then shifts to an interior camera, showing a man asleep on the couch. He is suddenly awakened by a noise, the sound of the bear opening the door. Startled, the man stays put, trying to make sense of the situation. The bear, displaying unusual boldness, enters the house a second time, this time sticking only its head through the now open door. At this moment, the man realizes what's happening. He springs into action, turns on the lights, and bravely confronts the bear. Through his efforts, he eventually manages to persuade the bear to leave. This encounter is both bizarre and unsettling. Bears are known to venture close to human habitats, but entering a house is particularly audacious. In this video, a man is filming an expedition inside a dense jungle with a group of companions. One of them, positioned ahead, is preparing to cut something from a tree. Suddenly, without any warning, a gorilla bursts out from behind the tree, startling everyone in the group. The gorilla stands its ground, appearing as if it's ready to attack, creating a tense and frightening moment. The surprise appearance of the gorilla and its imposing stance understandably scare the men. Gorillas, while generally not aggressive, are incredibly powerful animals and can be unpredictable, especially when they feel their territory is being invaded or threatened. This encounter shows the importance of being cautious and respectful when venturing into such areas. This video, captured by a surveillance camera outside a house at night, shows a mysterious scene. The camera records a figure that appears to be a young woman in a white dress, walking from the corner of the house and heading out of the courtyard. What's particularly intriguing about this figure is its slightly translucent appearance, yet it remains quite visible in the camera's night vision. The image of the woman-like figure, especially her translucent nature, lends an eerie quality to the footage. It raises questions about whether it could be something supernatural or just a trick of the light or camera. For me, seeing something like this on a surveillance video can be quite unsettling, especially at night. This video, captured by a surveillance camera in a child's room at night, reveals an eerie occurrence. We can see a baby sitting awake in the crib. Suddenly, on the other side of the room, a humanoid, translucent figure appears and crosses the space. The figure's ghostly appearance and the way it moves through the room provoke questions about its nature. Is it a ghost? Or could it be a simple glitch in the camera's recording? The image of this translucent figure in a child's room at night is particularly unsettling. The idea that it could be a ghost stirs up feelings of fear and curiosity, especially in such a vulnerable setting. While it's possible that this could be a camera malfunction or an optical illusion, the idea of a ghostly presence can't be easily shaken off. Such footage leaves a lingering sense of unease and wonder about the unexplained phenomena that sometimes occur around us. This video, taken from a surveillance camera on a town street during the day, shows a tense and alarming encounter. A woman is seen walking her dog when suddenly, a coyote appears, initially growling, and then attempting to attack, clearly aiming for her dog. The situation quickly becomes fraught with danger. Reacting with commendable quickness, the woman lifts her dog into her arms, shielding it from the coyote. Meanwhile, other people on the street step in, their presence and actions causing the coyote to retreat and run away. This incident is a stark reminder of the unexpected nature of wildlife encounters, even in urban areas, and makes me really nervous to think that something like this could happen to anyone. This video, captured through various surveillance cameras inside a school, presents a surprising and chaotic scene. Initially, a camera at the front desk shows a deer running frantically outside the school building. Moments later, the deer dashes inside, its presence captured by another camera filming the hallways. As the deer races through the school corridors, it causes a stir among the students, with one student almost falling due to the unexpected encounter. The footage from different cameras shows the deer navigating the school's hallways at high speed, adding to the confusion and excitement. Eventually, the final camera captures the deer finally exiting the school. The whole incident leaves us wondering what brought the deer there and why it seemed so frightened. It's unusual for a deer to enter a school. This video sequence, captured by various surveillance cameras around a house, documents an eventful wildlife encounter. The first camera, located at the front of the house, records a fox entering the property. The scene then shifts to a courtyard camera where the fox spots hens leisurely outside their coop. As the fox lunges towards the hens, the camera inside the hen house captures the frightened birds scattering in panic. The tension escalates until the family dog, responding to the commotion, dashes out of the house. The dog bravely confronts the fox, effectively chasing it away and protecting the hens. The final scene, captured by the front house camera, shows the fox retreating from the property. This video is a vivid example of the instinctual roles animals play in nature. The fox as a hunter and the dog as a protector. It's fascinating to see these natural behaviors unfold right in a domestic setting, a reminder of the interaction between wildlife and domesticated animals. In this video, a woman in Peru captures a mysterious sight on her camera, zooming in on a mountain's peak. The image is somewhat unclear due to the zoom, but she manages to film several silhouettes atop the mountain. Initially, these figures could be mistaken for humans, but as one of them stands, it becomes evident that they are extraordinarily tall, almost gigantic in stature. The woman filming seems genuinely frightened by these towering figures, but continues to record. The video then splits into two parallel screens, with one side labeling the figures as aliens. One silhouette, particularly slender and towering, stands out prominently on a rock, adding to the mystery. This footage, especially with the suggestion of aliens, leaves a sense of wonder and unease. The height and build of these figures are unlike any typical human, raising questions about their true nature. Were they humans, giants, or something else? In this video, captured by a surveillance camera, we see a courtyard of a house nestled close to a forest, with no fence separating the two. The yard features a tree, chairs, a small table, and a charming arrangement including two birdhouses in the tree. As the scene unfolds, a bear wanders into the yard from the forest. Initially, we hear dogs barking in the distance, their presence unseen. The bear, showing interest in the birdhouses, starts to tamper with one of them. This action triggers a bold response from the two dogs, who suddenly rush towards the bear, barking fiercely, successfully driving it away from the yard. The video leaves me with an impression of admiration for the dog's bravery and loyalty. In this video, a man in a forest captures a peculiar sight. He zooms in on a strange figure nestled between tree branches. The figure appears black, possibly hairy, with two distinct yellow eyes, and an unnerving smile. The entire video is centered on this enigmatic creature. Throughout the footage, the figure remains eerily stationary, not altering its position, which adds to the unsettling nature of the video. The close-up shot makes it difficult to determine whether this is an animal or something else entirely. The static nature of the figure, coupled with its striking features, creates a sense of unease and mystery. This video leaves a lingering, unsettling feeling, primarily due to the creature's steady, unblinking gaze and peculiar smile. In this gripping video, we follow the perspective of a police officer on a mission in a dark house, accompanied by a colleague. They use flashlights to navigate the dim environment. As they cautiously descend the stairs, a sudden noise, like something falling from a nearby room, startles them.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Right now! Trinidad King 1, did you copy that?
Upon investigating, they find nothing out of the ordinary at first. However, the tension escalates when they enter a room and initially see nothing. But then, chillingly, the figure of a young girl with her face obscured by black hair emerges. The policeman yells for the girl to get on the ground, But what happens next is truly terrifying. In an instant, the girl appears right in front of the policeman and attacks him. Her movements and behavior are far from normal, suggesting something supernatural, more akin to a ghost than a human. This video leaves an unsettling impression. The sudden, inexplicable attack by the girl, who seemed to move supernaturally fast, adds a layer of horror to the situation. In this intriguing underwater video, a man is diving in the sea, capturing footage of marine life. The water's clarity is moderate, allowing a decent view of the fishes and a rock formation he encounters. However, the most captivating moment occurs when he points the camera upwards. There, he captures the silhouette of what appears to be a mermaid swimming above him. The figure's resemblance to a mermaid, with what seems like a tail, creates a sense of wonder and mystery. The idea of seeing a mermaid, a creature of legend and folklore, underwater would be an extraordinary experience. In the following footage, a remote-control drone is taken out for a spin in Salt Fork State Park, Ohio. As the pilot takes it out on a test run practicing its hovering capabilities, he unintentionally captures footage of a large, dark figure lurking amongst the trees. Pay attention to the left side of the screen. The footage is easily missed. It looks like a large black dot. But watch as the video is enhanced with a spotlight. The figure becomes unmistakably clear. The drone is eventually lowered to the ground, and the unsuspecting pilot comes to claim it was completely unaware that only a few feet away this hulking creature is standing, more than likely aware of him, listening to him, watching him.
His spectator, he's not standing that far away. Not far enough for me.
What do you think? Is this footage authentic? A bright and warm summer day. This poster is enjoying time out in nature, but they are not the only ones soaking up the sunshine. Watch what becomes visible when they spot a shape in the distance. Zooming in with the full capacity of the phone camera, a familiar figure is recorded resting against a tree. Recognize the ape-like features, the color of its fur. Imagine its size if this video was filmed and zoomed in from some distance. Imagine you're hiking through the woods with your dog. Suddenly you become aware that you are not alone. Just beyond, in a clearing through the trees, you spot a large, dark shape resting on a tree stump. In this footage, the poster appears to capture something large, black, and covered in fur. The quality of the video is poor, but a shape is visible, as are its movements for a fraction of a second. Beyond this, it's anyone's guess whether it's Bigfoot or a bear.
He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
All we have to go on is the conviction of the poster's claim and the rising fear in his voice as he calls out to his dog. Not all First Nation beliefs around Sasquatch are favorable. Whilst some believe that sightings of Bigfoot bring good luck, members of the Plateau tribes identify Bigfoot as a stick Indian, drawing from a diverse range of potentially hostile beings who stole salmon or confused people by whistling, causing them to get lost. Here, a poster zooms in on a figure spotted in the woods. The large Neanderthal-like creature is studying something intently in the branches of the tree, unaware that it's being filmed. It has been suggested that it is stalking something. Is this an ape filmed from a deceptive angle that makes it look far larger than it is? Or is it a Sasquatch? You be the judge. Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure. But if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are 2 passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa! What was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? Always listen to your parents when they tell you to keep pepper spray with you. It could be a game changer when you least expect it. Take this video, for example. A hunter was out in the woods chilling on a tree platform when a big black bear decided to climb up after him. The hunter stayed put on the tree, but another bear joined the party, trying to climb too. The hunter had a bear spray with him, and when the bears got too close, he sprayed them. It freaked them out, and they retreated. The bear spray basically saved the day because those bears weren't in the mood to turn around. What fascinates me is that bear spray is super effective at keeping these massive animals away without hurting them. So, if you're into hiking or hunting, it's a smart move to keep one of these bad boys handy. You never know when you might have a crazy encounter like this. Imagine you're hiking peacefully through a forest, and suddenly you stumble upon a bizarre sight. A massive heap of what seems to be animal carcasses. Yep, that's what this video is all about. Recorded by a curious hiker, it shows a bunch of stuff that sure looks like the remains of animals scattered around. There are ribcage bones and other bits and bobs that make you wonder what in the world happened here. What kind of creature is behind this? It's a bit eerie, no doubt. The hiker in the video is just as puzzled as you might be. The big question is, why are these things here? Some viewers are saying they might be leaves from some exotic tree, just lying around drying out. Also, there are no skulls or anything like that can be spotted in the pile. So I am leaning towards the idea that they're probably just some peculiar tree leaves. However, no matter how you try to rationalize it, it's still pretty creepy. If I stumbled upon something like that during a hike, I might just keel over from the shock. Home security cameras are usually installed to provide a sense of security, assuring us that someone is keeping an eye out. However, when these cameras capture unsettling scenes, they can quickly transform into a source of fear and distress. In a recent video from a home security camera, the backyard of a house is under surveillance. Right from the beginning, a tall, black humanoid figure is seen passing through the yard. The figure possesses an unusually tall body frame, with remarkably long legs. While some viewers might speculate that it's a human dressed in black overalls, the length of the creature's legs raises doubts about its human origin. What adds to the eerie vibe is the apparent avoidance of the camera. As the figure moves, it deliberately glances at the camera, suggesting an awareness of its surveillance. This behavior fuels speculation about potentially sinister and dark motives. This video originates from Provo Canyon, Utah, where a pair of hikers captured footage of what they believe to be the legendary Bigfoot. As they were exploring the woods, they noticed a presence in the distance. Initially, it appeared to be a black bear going about its business behind the trees. However, as the creature stood up, it became clear that it wasn't a bear, but something else entirely. This humanoid figure was covered in dark fur, like a gorilla. The situation took a tense turn when the creature, upon spotting the hikers recording it, became visibly angry and started charging towards them. Faced with this massive creature heading their way, the hikers wisely chose to retreat. Sprinting for their lives. The encounter was both fascinating and frightening, and the creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot. Due to the obstructing trees and branches, a definitive confirmation of its identity remains elusive. This video, shared on Facebook by a user claiming to capture an alien phenomenon, certainly gives off an otherworldly vibe. Upon watching, it appears to show a peculiar flock of birds, forming an unusual shape in the sky. The flock looks dense and saturated, reminiscent of scenes from a horror movie. However, the reality is less extraterrestrial and more a natural phenomenon known as murmuration. What may seem like an alien display is, in fact, a gathering of thousands of starlings engaging in murmuration. During murmuration, these birds create breathtaking shapes in the sky, sometimes resulting in formations that can be quite eerie. Murmuration involves thousands of birds coming together in flight to craft intricate patterns overhead. However, for a child witnessing such a spectacle forming above their home, it's understandable that it might evoke fear and apprehension, perhaps even giving the impression of an apocalyptic event. It's not uncommon for forest trails at night to be the setting for eerie encounters, and this video from India adds another layer to these mysterious tales. As the car travels along a desolate forest trail, the occupants become uneasy after spotting something in the distance. A debate ensues among them, weighing the options of proceeding or turning back. Eventually, they decide to continue, and as they accelerate, the cause of their distress becomes apparent. A tall figure, dressed in white, standing on the trail. The figure, resembling a person draped in a white bedsheet, adds to the suspense due to its height. While there's a possibility that this could be a staged event or prank with someone wearing a white cloth, the genuine fear in the passengers' voices suggests otherwise. The intensity of their argument about whether to approach or retreat indicates a level of authenticity. Videos like these showcase the protective instincts of dogs, making them appealing choices for companionship. We see the shop owner face a potentially dangerous situation as a robber with a gun follows him back inside. To the surprise of the robber, a large dog, unnoticed until then, attacks and confronts him. The brave dog's intervention gives the shop owner an opportunity to counteract the threat. Together, the dog and the owner chase the robber, successfully disarming him. The dog continues to defend its owner by keeping the intruder at bay. This courageous display not only highlights the loyalty and protective nature of dogs, but also the strong bond between them and their owners. If you're considering adopting a dog, stories like these suggest that they can be not only loving companions, but also effective protectors. Just imagine having a furry friend by your side, ready to ward off raccoons or any other potential threats in your backyard. A camping trip with family is often a wonderful way to unwind, but unexpected encounters can certainly add a touch of excitement, as shown in this video. Here, a family on a camping trip had a surprising moment when a big bear showed up in the morning. The bear was searching for food and ended up opening one of their lunchboxes. Despite attempts to scare it away with a car horn, the bear stayed calm. It wasn't until they used an air horn that the bear got a bit scared and left with some of their food. Thankfully, no one got hurt. What's interesting to me is that someone in the background seemed to be walking around without much worry, even as the bear was nearby. It's a reminder that wildlife encounters can be both exciting and unpredictable, and it's essential to stay cautious and safe. This video, captured by a security camera in Florida, shows a rather eerie scene. It unfolds at night, displaying a calm driveway. However, after a while, a figure materializes across the road. This figure takes on the appearance of a humanoid spirit and casually proceeds to cross the road. Once it completes the crossing, the figure mysteriously disappears into thin air, bringing the video to an end. The figure appears transparent and gives the impression of forming and vanishing out of nowhere. While some might attribute it to camera malfunctions or airborne particles like dust, the consistency of the humanoid shape as it crosses the road raises questions. Interpreting such occurrences can be subjective. Some may lean towards the idea of a spirit, while others like me might find it unsettling and opt for alternative explanations. This video is quite old and was circulating on Facebook, claiming to have captured the sight of a really strange creature in the woods. In the video, we see a guy sitting in a chair, and it seems to be a camping trip as two more persons come into the camera frame, and a camp is set up beside them. They are talking about something and suddenly hear a weird growl of some creature coming from the woods.
More like it. What was that, Rambo? I'm gonna catch that. You hear that?
This noise startles them a bit, but they laugh it off as a joke. However, they hear this noise again, and this time they also see the source of it sitting on the top of their trailer.
Mikey, get it. You guys are...
As they spot this creature, they all start running away in fear. This creature looks like a mix of a monkey and a lemur, but is quite strange. Its head was quite big, and its body proportions were quite different from anything we know. Also, while most of us might think it's computer-generated, it has been reviewed by debunking experts, and they all seem to conclude that there wasn't any kind of computer generation involved in this. Having a companion dog with you when venturing into a forest for hiking can be crucial for your safety, and this video provides a compelling example of why. The footage, recorded by a hiker, shows a forest trail with a black figure standing on the other side. The figure seems to notice the hiker recording and begins to flee. The hiker's dog reacts by barking at the figure, causing it to retreat even faster.
Oh my God, no, Ziggy, no!
The creature is described as humanoid, with a strong built body covered in thick black fur, resembling a Bigfoot. The presence of the dog played a key role in deterring the creature and ensuring the hiker's safety. It prompts the consideration of what might have happened if the hiker didn't have a dog with them. The protective instincts of a canine companion can make a significant difference in encounters with wildlife, providing an added layer of security during outdoor adventures. This video is from a beach, showcasing the discovery of a peculiar siren-like creature washed up on the shore. The footage begins with a view of the beach scattered with washed-up wood branches. The camera then focuses on a dried-up, eerie-looking body. Upon closer inspection, the creature appears to resemble a mermaid with long feminine hair on its head. The lower half of the creature resembles that of a fish, while the upper body resembles a human. However, there's a possibility that this could be a fake or a prop deliberately placed there by someone. The suspicion arises because the creature's appearance suggests it might be a wooden model created for a specific effect. Regardless of its authenticity, the creature in the video does convey a creepy and unsettling vibe. This video was caught by a hunter who was bothered by these sounds. It is obviously an animal of some sort. perhaps in distress or maybe giving warning sounds. This is one of the creepy noises you're ever likely to hear, particularly if you're alone somewhere remote at night. These sounds have caused a wave of speculation, as it has captured imagination of many wondering what it could be. Most have suggested this to be from maybe a moose or an elk. What do you think? Is it the mating call of a randy moose, a trapped bobcat, or something more sinister? Let us know your guesses in the comments below. This is a clip of a really unnerving scene. From far you might think your mind is playing tricks on you, until we zoom on the strange figure. It looks like a really tall humanoid shadow is holding onto the pole beside it. It is something unfamiliar and out of the ordinary, and I have never seen anything like it. Examining its physique, our attention is drawn to its elongated limbs and stretched out body. Could it be a person dressed in all black, possibly to cause speculation? A shadow of something tall causing a glitch in the camera, or an optical illusion created by certain lighting conditions, or in an eerie case, we could be in a presence of some sort of spirit. This video was recorded by a person who claimed the area to be infested by an anomaly, the Bigfoot. He was daring enough to take an adventure in the middle of the woods at night alone, and is met by something lurking in the dark. As he shines his flashlight into the forest, he sees the reflection of the eyes of a big animal relentlessly staring at him.
Okay, I need to figure out what this thing is before we go any further. There he is, right there. See him?
This sends chills down his spine. Just then, a towering pale shadow swiftly passes between the trees going in the right side. We cannot understand what the figure is due to the darkness. Our attention immediately shifts from the uncanny presence to the queer sounds that rent the air. Well, I think this could be just a mere mountain lion out in the night hunting for a snack. This camera caught a Bigfoot in 2015. Although the video is low quality, the details are pretty visible. The massive creature, covered in a rich coat of black hair, can be seen walking towards a certain point. It stops, and one can see it extending its really long arms towards the tree trunk. At the same moments, it starts to shake the tree with sheer strength. It is both awe-inspiring and terrifying at the same time. It leaves the tree and proceeds to another. What was the Bigfoot doing with the trees? Was it trying to take the tree down? Or it could be some sort of communication between Bigfoot entities? The local authority in this area had detected some movement on a private property and went on to check what it was, only to see this.
Hey! You're on private property!
He immediately stops when he sees a furry figure stalking amidst the bushes. This startles him. A form of light can be seen flickering in the bushes. Suddenly, the figure emerges from a thicket. It is enveloped by a dense covering of hair. Due to the low lighting in the footage, we cannot see its face, but what is visible is its short stature. As if agitated, this figure starts approaching the person recording, and this frightens him, and he turns to retreat in the other direction. I wonder what this thing could be. Supposedly a Bigfoot, or just a really creepy intruder. Imagine watching a documentary thinking you will get some knowledge about the featured animals and the place, and instead you spot a dark hominid being looking exactly like the infamous Bigfoot. This is what happened when a guy was watching the 2001 nature documentary titled The Great North, and at exactly 9 minutes and 20 seconds, a dark figure appears at a distance and quickly hides. as the dark creature lumbers in a ravine and quickly ducks back down, as if to remain unnoticed. It looks like the documentary film crew accidentally caught a Bigfoot on camera while tracking caribou migration in Quebec. Is that a random fleeing backpacker or the elusive Bigfoot on a hunt? A normal day for two guys who went fishing turns into a total nightmare when a huge beast under the water spots the big fish they had just caught and decides it is going to steal and devour it no matter what. The man filming the clip knew that the other person had caught a big one, so he kept asking him to hold it firm and roll it back till he saw a terrifying creature appearing on the surface of the water.
You just gotta get it. Oh, come on. Just keep the pressure on.
A truly terrifying croc going straight for the fish. They ran with the fish still on the hook and now out of the water, and so did the croc following them, until it had its jaws tight against the fish and had devoured it in one go. Although the guys seemed really affected by losing that big fish, I think they should be thankful the croc did not want a more substantial meal. Fortunately, the croc did not decide to follow the men anymore, and was just contemptuous with what it stole. There are times when the paranormal becomes your reality and nightmarish stuff happens. And this is exactly what happened to these guys who were driving out at night with the sole purpose of having fun. They had heard before that a scary ghost usually stands at the same spot on the side of the road every night at the exact same time. However, what they did not know was that they are about to see the terrifying sight themselves. As they move forward, a human-like figure appears into sight. It looks like a person wearing a red-colored top, but when you look at its face, it resembles more of a skeleton than a human being. According to the man, the sight was enough to drain the blood off his feet, and they all got goosebumps all over their bodies. What do you think that was? A true encounter with a lost soul, forever cursed to haunt that road. This clip was recorded in the World War II tunnels, which have been abandoned for years. Way below the surface, where radiation levels rise way above average, a small group of people went into these old tunnels to test radiation levels. The camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower level of the tunnels. I have to remark just the bravery you'd need to have just to willingly go into such a terrifying looking place, not to mention the radiation. The deepest part of the tunnel can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. Minutes into the clip, we spot something that would shock anyone. According to the people heading down there, they have seen such sights before, and it is due to the radiation levels that the ghosts of the soldiers start to appear in that place. And truth be told, seeing all the environment and the history of the place, it can be true that the spirits of soldiers wander there still. I have heard of many places that are haunted by long-gone soldiers. This might be one of them. What do you think? Looking quite usual, this picture can haunt anyone for years. It might seem just an innocent-looking picture of a few friends taking a group photo, but if you focus on the background, you will spot something disturbing. We can see two hands appearing from the door in the scariest way possible. They do not look natural. The girls were having a night out and a good time, taking all the pictures with the camera. It wasn't until later that they decided to see all the photographs that they noticed the creepy sight right behind them. The hands do not resemble a human's hand, considering the longer fingers and the sharp nails. Moreover, the hands make it quite obvious that whoever they belong to is a tall being, considering it better to just hide in the darkness. According to the girls, they have never seen anything like this before, and never have they felt any paranormal entity in their house. This was apparently the first and the last time this happened. Personally, if something like this happens to me, I definitely won't be able to sleep in the same house ever. An unexplained phenomenon occurred at a farm in Beotou, China, a couple of years ago, when a flock of sheep began moving in a circular pattern for the better part of 12 days straight. According to the sheep's owner, the procession began with just a handful of sheep until hundreds more started joining in. The reason behind this mysterious phenomenon remained unknown, with everyone on YouTube coming up with their own theories. Some even said that the sheep had a disease or something. If anyone watching has any idea why they are doing that, please share in the comments. Would you ever believe that millions of years ago, the world was being walked by giants? Dinosaurs we have heard about, but giants are not something we get to witness every day. When a man came across this huge footprint on a rock, he was shocked to the core. As later the geologists got there and studied it, they found out the footprint was around 200 million to 3 billion years old. The 4 feet long footprint easily signals to the existence of giants so many years ago. However, there are also people who claim that it was not a long-gone race of giants, but some other branch of the human species, one which was way more gigantic than us. Could this also explain the existence of Bigfoot? If once there were giants, could there still be around some remnants or descendants of these giants? Maybe this is where the giant myths come from. There is no doubt that the footprint is legit. We just lack more evidence to come to a concrete conclusion. What's your opinion on it? Imagine on a stormy night, with rain falling heavily everywhere and thunder echoing the surroundings. You wake up and go to the window to see what's happening, but you encounter something that will not let you sleep for the night to come. A dark figure, covered in black clothes, holding an umbrella, standing very still right in front of your house. Apparently, it looks like a woman, but what exactly will a normal human being be doing right in the middle of such a strong storm, right? The man recording the clip was terrified to the core, but thankfully, he had it all recorded on his camera. He later uploaded the clip on YouTube, hoping to find an explanation. However, no one ever could give any. Could it be just a crazy person standing there in the rain? Or is it something more sinister? This clip was recorded in 2014 when a woman, while recording the decorations for Christmas, accidentally laid her eyes on a scary black figure wandering around in their area. Not being able to believe what she just saw, she went out with her husband to get a clear view, and the figure was still there. Although they were at a safe distance, considering the height and the physique of the figure, no place was safe. They stood there for a few minutes and the figure was still there, walking around in the woods. By appearance, it definitely looked like a Bigfoot. And thankfully, it did not notice the family keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, the situation would have been way worse. About the clip being genuine or not, nothing can be said, because it has been recorded from a distance. Thus, it could easily be just a man who looks like a Bigfoot. But you should always be careful. You might not know what lurks in your area. Elephants are usually considered as one of the most intelligent animals on Earth, and mostly they are peace-loving, minding their own business. However, there also comes times when these animals have had enough of the annoying humans being near them. Take this clip for instance. This elephant might have really not liked the humans with their noisy vehicles driving around it all the time, so it thought of teaching them a lesson. The elephant charged towards the men on the bike and made sure it followed them for a few terrifying seconds before thinking it was enough and returning back to its path. For a few moments, I was sure the elephant will step on their bike just to show them not to mess with him. But thankfully, it did not do that. Hopefully, those men will be more careful around wild animals next time. Let's look at this bizarre clip. As we see closely, it becomes clear that a bear had the brilliant idea of going into a kitchen, perhaps looking for a snack. The bear was wandering around checking the kitchen when the security guard came in, looking for what was making all the noises. The bear started swiping at him and knocking him down to the ground, but soon backed off and ran away. I have to say the man was quite unlucky to find a bear right around the corner in a kitchen, but also extremely lucky that the bear was in no mood for human meat. Thankfully, the guard only got away with a few scratches, but unfortunately, these occurrences are becoming more common as their habitats are destroyed by us. This video clearly shows that sometimes us recording all these animals by being so close to them is not something they appreciate, and it makes them freak out too. The video begins with a bunny hopping around in the darkness. Suddenly, the camera focuses on a bizarre sight: two disembodied legs sprinting across the screen, vanishing into the darkness as abruptly as they appeared. These legs scurry down the street in an uncanny way, seemingly detached from any torso. As it was uploaded on the internet, the video left viewers shocked and bewildered by the weird sight. As the legs vanish into the shadows, a young boy emerges, seemingly retrieving his rabbit. Comparing the boy's height to the leg size, they appear disproportionately small, hinting at the possibility of it being a cryptid. However, the footage could also be a prank, with a kid cleverly using his pants to create the illusion of disembodied legs. What do you think? Prank, a ghost, or something else? Years after years of people talking about the stories of the infamous Bigfoot, and it is hardly ever we see concrete evidence proving its existence. But this clip serves as one of the best videos which shows how these creatures might actually be real, and just hiding away from us so perfectly. These hikers were on their way to conquer the mountain paths when they sensed something weird around them, as if someone was watching them. Scared, they looked around to find this creature not so far from them, staring straight into their souls. The creature's appearance fit the definition of a Bigfoot, so the question remains, is this a real Bigfoot, or is this something else more scary and more terrifying than that? And why is it standing so still? Recorded by a security camera in 2019 in a family's front yard, a bear was recorded messing with the stuff the family has put in their yard. While it was busy messing with whatever it could, the neighbor's dog spotted the bear and got into action. The dog sprinted towards the bear as fast as it could and hit it straight. The bear, so not ready for the attack, got all shocked and was left with no option but to run away from the little thing as fast as it could. It took the dog a few seconds to save the humans and to chase the bear out of the place, becoming the ultimate hero. The video was later uploaded on the internet by the owners of the house, and the dog gained lots of praise from around the world. This clip from 2020 was recorded by a security camera mounted near a hen's co-op to keep an eye on them and ensure their safety. The man came to feed the chickens and was busy doing so when suddenly, in a few moments, a fox appeared, attacking one of the white chickens. The bird's feather flew everywhere, creating a scene of chaos. But then a rooster took it upon itself to fight off the fox. It attacked the predator, first making it leave the poor white chicken, and then helping the man chase it away from the place. After chasing the fox away, the man came back checking for the chicken who was under attack, all grateful seeing that it was okay thanks to the ninja hero rooster. Let us set the scene. A group of friends venture off on a camping expedition, setting up camp in the middle of nowhere. The site is surrounded by a large forest and is extremely isolated. What started off as a fun night away turns into something way more sinister when a series of blood-curdling screams begin to pierce the still night air.
We're like or something. That was a female screaming, Phil. Please, please, please. No.
The screams are chilling to hear. It is as if someone is in great pain or is being attacked. The men venture out with their flashlights to investigate the source of the commotion, but there is nothing there or visible to them to explain the origin of the sound. You'll want your headphones for this. As the men investigate further, it is evident. They have set up targets for practice, one of which is missing. The nightmarish screams continue, and it is unclear where they are emanating from.
On the ground.
They notice that one of the bottles that was hung for target practice is now lying on the floor and has been replaced by something else hanging from a rope. It is a crudely made corn husk doll. Usually, the dolls were simply childhood playthings, but in this context, hanging from a rope, it seems way more disturbing. A symbol of the harvest, the corn husk doll is also used to ward off evil. Is it possible that it is related to the screaming coming from the forest? Whatever is out there sounds as if it is enduring an unimaginable horror. Even though the men are armed with rifles, they don't stick around to find out what that horror is.
Oh, no.
If you've ever been in a house that is creepy after dark, and you are alone, you will understand what this young woman is going through. After a move to Ohio, she begins experiencing what can only be described as a kind of haunting or visitation by an unknown and deeply disturbing entity.
Puzzle I'm working on. Maybe when I'm done with it, I can send you this. Mom, I gotta go.
There are a few interesting things about what we've just watched. There is a general sense of unease emanating from the young woman before we even hear the loud thump. She keeps glancing in the direction of somewhere off camera, and she almost swallows her word when showing off her puzzle. She seems nervous right off the bat and is trying hard to keep upbeat for her mother. The next video provides clear evidence that while she might think she's alone in the house, she's not.
There's the oven. It's kind of whack, but I put the nice towel that you sent me. Thank you.
As we just saw, she resumes the conversation, trying to keep a facade that everything is okay. She has moved to another room, perhaps somewhere she feels safer. The old oven seems to suggest that the house is slightly older, which adds to the creepiness of what follows. The story escalated quickly, as does the young woman's composure. She is no longer trying to put on a brave face. She is distraught as the house is bathed in darkness. Terrified, she lets on that it's back, which suggests that this is not the first time something like this has happened.
I think it's back.
The terrifying climax appears at the end, with a shadowy figure only made visible by two glowing eyes. The story ends with the return of a thumping sound, which we now know is whatever that entity is, knocking on the front door. She pleads with it to no avail as it continues to stand and stare at her like a psychopath. Whether truth or fiction, it makes for a frightening scenario. Two men returning to what appears to be a deserted and isolated house at night. It is unclear if the home is theirs, possibly abandoned due to what follows, or merely a site of strange activity. Either way, their behavior is odd. Pulling up, one of them focuses his flashlight at the windows. Pay close attention, or you just might miss it.
Holy f***. Go.
Most towns have one. Creepy, deserted old house that has given way to neglect. Perhaps the owners grew old and died. Perhaps something terrible happened there. This is one of those houses. Note the tall grass out front. The air of abandonment. And then, so quick, you almost miss it. The figure of a small boy standing in the doorway. Why is he there? What nightmare unfolded behind those walls? Why is he trapped, unable to leave? The men seem to know that the house has a reputation. They do not get out of the car. Even when it is clear the figure is the height of a child, they do not stop to investigate. Instead, they speed off into the night, leaving us to wonder what really happened there. Watch again in the zoomed-in footage. Illinois. Zoomed in and surprisingly clear footage captures something utterly terrifying amongst the trees. At first sight, it is barely detectable, but then a figure emerges. A hulking bipedal creature stands almost as tall as the trees in the snow-covered landscape. Spotted, it begins to move. Is this a hoax or further compelling evidence to suggest that Bigfoot really exists? The scale of the creature positioned amongst the trees and the confident manner it moves in this snowy wilderness suggests that this is its home. The overall shape of the creature and the almost conical head add to the case for this being real. On being discovered, it vanishes into the trees. Chilling at home alone shouldn't be this stressful. Watch what happens in this unsuspecting encounter that really is too close for comfort.
I'm home alone, right? But
a ghostly reflection of what looks like a woman with long dark hair or something pulled over its head appears alongside the poster of the video. Shot in a seemingly continuous point of view, the image is quite terrifying, but her response to the moment is anything but. Perhaps I'd be more convinced if she wasn't so calm to her invisible flatmate. Her demeanor does little to suggest shock or horror. Does the poster just have nerves of steel? Or is it a hoax born of some editing? You be the judge. We see a lot of poor footage of Bigfoot online, which makes the videos we're showing in this episode something of an exception. This one, although zoomed in, seems to capture the creature in fairly close proximity. Pay attention to the movement of this Bigfoot. It has a somewhat different gait to others we've seen. Could this relaxed stride be due to the fact that the creature is unaware that it has been discovered? Or is that the most epic Halloween costume? For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.